Hello and welcome to Season 8 Sunday Night Championship race highlights from Australia. The opening round of what is, I'm sure, going to be a very exciting, very competitive and obviously a very interesting season. I'm off on one already. So, we have 16 drivers, a full grid this season. Only 15 turned up this week, but still, it's going to be a full grid each weekend, we hope. Near enough. We have 7 different onboard cameras this weekend, with the potential of even 14 at least for the season. So we're going to be covering nearly every angle of the track from each driver's view. So it could be quite some season. As usual, with us we have Ben. Hello, Ben.
Alright, how you doing? Looking forward to the new season. It's looking very competitive already.
Yeah. Pre-season testing just proved how close the season is going to be. We have a very clear pack of people all within maybe half a second of each other. So anything could happen. But without further ado, let's get underway with the qualifying results.
Yeah, so as he did last season, Gazza on pole position for Red Bull, his new team, in car number 1, beating his new teammate by nearly 2 tenths per second, Indrek. So Indrek will look to turn the tables in the race. Third, Amari, last season's third place finisher, seems to like that number. He's now in the McLaren. Fourth for Dean, the runner-up last season in the Mercedes this season. Fifth, and the returnee, 3-time champion, I believe, but I don't want to get that wrong.
4-time. He corrected me. Yes.
Oh, it's 4-time champion.
I got told off for that.
Bow. Yep, Gareth Masham there in 5th place for Toro Rosso. Teammate Adam right behind him, new to the league, but obviously well known to most of the drivers. 7th, Lance in the Marussia. 8th, Baldy in the McLaren, returning as well, so that's good to see. 9th, Ben in the Sahara Force India. 10th for Rob in the Ferrari. 11th is Michael, I'm not going to try and pronounce his name there, in the Williams. And 12th for Six in the Force India.
Yep. Then we've got 13th for Pren, 14th for Carl, and 15th for Gavin.
Yeah, Perrin's in the Sauber for this week, but he will be signed for Williams. That's the rumour for the weekend. It looks like Peter has pulled out of the league at the last minute. But like I say, Carl 14th and Gavin 15th in the Marussia. Carl in the Ferrari.
Yeah. So, pretty much the same order as last season at the front. Same few drivers. Well, I say few drivers. Same handful of drivers at the front. Carl, disappointingly, and Gavin probably, disappointingly down at the back. Neither of them getting a clean lap. Pren, for late sign-up to replace Peter, didn't really have too much practice, so down in 13th, but looking to improve for the rest of the season, I reckon.
Yeah, the word is that he is very quick, so he'll be able to pick up the pace pretty quickly, I would have thought. So we will see.
Yep. So, on to grid for the first time this season. Last year's champion, Gazza on pole. Indrek in 7th. Indrek in 7th. I've screwed that up massively. But everyone on options apart from Seeks, pretty much.
Yeah, Indrek second on the grid. I think that's what you're trying to say. 7th there was Lance.
That's
anyway,
what I meant.
let's get underway.
Yep. So on board with the Force India of Ben Alesi as the lights come up for the first time this season. And we're away for Season 8 of the Sunday Night Championship. Ben Alesi getting a decent start and already making contact with Baldy at the start. Just getting in his way almost as he takes to the inside line. Mick McMock ran the outside nicely there. Oh, oversteer from Ben. That's going to lose him some time and probably some positions as Carl does come past. As we're on board with Baldy. Oh, and he hit so solid, didn't he? Whoa! In the air. Flying and a penalty. No surprise there as everyone else kind of shuffles through. And action packed already as we're now on board with Carl, who has a slight contact with the Marussia of Lance, trying to go round the outside of turn 5, not making it stick. As Lance runs wide though, but Carl's going to take advantage of that and slip through. And now Ben Alesi slips through as well. This is quite an action-packed start, if ever I saw one.
Yep, total chaos down at turn 3. We thought it might be turn 1, but they waited a couple corners for it. But a massive crash there. It looked like for Adam, who's flying through the air. That's never a good thing. And then everyone else get caught up in it. But yeah, we continue on with Ben now catching Carl, but running slightly wide there and completely sideways. And that will allow Lance back through, and he's got a Williams catching him quick as well. Well, he just manages to hold that off.
Yeah, as Seeks dives down the inside of the Williams, who looks like he made a mistake, and so does Gavin, who's now up to 10th, just behind Seeks. Yeah, hopefully we have a bit of time to catch our breath in a minute, but it's go, go, go at the start of the season. Everyone fighting for position, no team orders yet, although that'll probably come apparent at some point during the season. As Gavin's having a look down the inside of Seeks, and to turn 1, contact there, but Seeks turning into Gavin, who I think lost a bit of ground, a bit of traction out of the corner. But Gavin's still there into turn 3, got the inside again. Seeks brakes later, locks up quite a bit, but hangs it round the outside to keep the position. Gavin still looking to come through, gets the undercut. Seeks, he's got the inside line for the easy turn 5 though, and regains the position. As we're now on board with Pren, who's in 12th, just behind this battle with the Williams of Michael in front. A little tap there on the back, but nothing too serious. Adam in 13th, recovering from that intensely big crash. Don't know what kind of thing I was saying there, but yeah.
Surprised he's got any car left to battle with. I mean, the thing took off into the air. But yeah, he seems to be carrying on somehow. Right behind Perrin here, and see how we go through these tests. There's a lot of understeer in the Sauber here, and easy meet for Adam.
Yeah. And now we jump back on board with the Ferrari of Carl. Nice to get an onboard footage from Carl this season. So he has a look around the outside of Mad Mesh, around the outside of the last corner, and he does make it stick. That is quite an incredible move, to be fair. Not a very likely place to overtake, and that probably caught Gareth out a little bit. But we're back on board with Gavin, who's still attacking Seeks into turn 1. Going to get the DRS up to turn 3. And he's changing the fuel mix up to rich. Oh no, he doesn't get the DRS because it's not available, as Seeks lags a little bit. But yeah, Gavin just trying to line him up as he's trying to cut back again, and he's got the outside line now. Will he be able to make it round the outside? Yes, he does. Whoa, what an amazing overtake there. Seeks giving him room. Gavin having heart in the mouth moment there, just hoping that Seeks doesn't turn into him, and made it stick. But Carl is now under pressure from Gareth again, as Gareth goes round the outside, braking later, takes the corner nicely, runs a bit wide but holds it and keeps the position. Up to P5 for Gareth now, down to P6 for Carl. All the front runners pretty tightly packed at the moment.
Yeah, there's been a big build up to this race, so plenty of testing. Not like the usual weeks run up to the race. It's been a massive amount of testing, so you'd expect everyone to be quite close. And it's just been chaos these first few laps. And here we go again. There's Carl. He's fighting straight back at Gareth, but Gareth outbreaks him into turn 1. Although Carl won't give up, we know that. DRS wide open again. He's going to look round the outside into turn 3. Gareth tries to come over to cover him, but no, and closes him off, and contact made. They're lucky that Carl's got a front wing and Gareth's not got a puncher there.
Nice racing from both of them, giving each other just enough room, as Williams and Michael runs a bit wide, and easy pickings for Pren. As now so solid as attacking Seeks. He's got the inside line for 4, and quite a simple move there. Seeks couldn't really do anything to defend, but now Pren's right behind. Can he do anything about that? No. As we go to the replay of the start, we're on board with Carl, who starts in P14 after a poor qualifying. Gets off the line excellently, as you would expect for a pad driver, although Seeks is also on the pad and he's already hit him. Yeah, oh, he's just picking through all the cars. It's pretty much the parting of the waves for him. He's not really had to make a move as such, but here is the slow-mo of the crash, and yeah, you just see Adam flying across the screen on the left and Michael in the wall. So we come up to real time again, and we're now on board with Rob.
Yeah, crazy. Looked like Carl had like 1,000 horsepower more than everyone else. He was flying through them like they just didn't exist. But yeah, we see a good start there for Ben. Good start for Rob. Rob's just holding the middle ground, trying to hold his line. Ben gets pinched in the curb a little bit, comes out wide, a bit of contact, nothing major. But yeah, and then Rob's sideways out of the corner. Carl comes through the middle of him. I mean, how many did he gain there? About 5 positions? And then we get the massive crash there. Jeez, oof, it's huge. Rob losing his front wing into the back of Ben. Sorry, so that's 6. But yeah, lost front wing. Boldy's lost his front wing. It's a lot of damage there in turn 3.
Oh, and a bit of afters, not intentional, but unfortunately gets a penalty for that contact with Pren. Now from the back of the grid, this should be a decent view of everything, you would have thought, as we'll expect to see Carl bombing it through the middle in a minute, but Gavin getting a good start as well. Just taking his time, picking his lines, and hopefully trying to get through, but
let Carl go.
Yeah, Carl just disappeared off in front, and this should be a good view. Oh, yep, that would explain a little bit more, as we've got Siegs hitting the back of his teammate there, and Gavin having nowhere to go but into the back of Rob.
Yeah, it's like bumper cars there, really, wasn't it? It's just one hit the other, and the other ones couldn't react in time. There's no one's real fault. The afters after the initial crash.
Yeah, more just a knock-on effect of everything, as don't know who that was, but someone ran wide. I think it might have been Amari, and Carl takes that position. As we skip to lap 6 now, we have got Gareth ahead fighting with someone else, so it's Indrek. There's a bit of contact there, another bit of contact there for Indrek, unfortunately.
That all seemed a bit unnecessary there. There's plenty of room on the track. You don't need to be contacting each other in the middle of the straight. But Pren is carrying on. He's in 13th place. He's just right up behind now Michael.
Running, touching the white line or the grass under braking there for Carl. Running him wide at turn 1 and losing 2 places to Lance, and I didn't see who the car in front was. But losing 2 places, so that's not going to help him.
There's a lot of mistakes happening at the moment. But anyway, we're on board with Ben, and there's Carl in front. Carl's still fighting a good fight. He's up to 4th now already, incredibly, from the back of the grid. Runs wide there, and that's going to compromise his speed down the straight. Of course, with the Mercedes donkey in the back, just about pulls alongside and gets in front. So that's Ben up to P4. We're actually hearing now that he's actually on a one-stop strategy, and the only man to be doing that today. So that will be interesting come later on with his tyres.
Yeah, as there's a busy pit lane. We've got Ferrari and McLaren, I think that was, and the Maurishi coming in, and double stacking there. Unfortunately for Gavin, he's held behind Lance, who just pitted in front of him. Maybe the team didn't quite work that out too well, either that or they thought they could do it and didn't manage to pull it off. We're on board with Pren now with Mad Mesh just tucked behind him. Should be an easy move. Pren on old tyres. Gareth just coming out the pits, I assume, being that far back, and pretty easy down the middle, down the inside even.
Standard pass. Pren comes in now with the front wing damage, obviously from the first couple corners, switches back onto another set of options.
Yep, and now Ben, one stopper coming in on lap 13. That'll be interesting to see how that comes off for him. As we're back on board with Gavin, having a very intense race so far, non-stop. As he goes down the inside of Adam, with Indrek just in front. Adam just about can't quite hold it, and probably wisely backs out there. Could have ended in tears for both of them.
Yep, now here's Pren again through the fast S-bends at the back of the track, and there's dust being kicked up again in front of him. There's Michael in the Williams. Will he defend into this corner? No, Pren's heading down the inside with fresher tyres. We know he has, and in fact it's looks like the prime tyre on Michael's car, so it should be fairly easy for Pren, but he's taking care to give Michael enough space. Two into this corner won't work, but they've made it work. Now Pren on the inside into the last corner, DRS wide open, it should be enough. Williams is quick in a straight line.
Yeah, Michael not giving up at all, as Pren's DRS does eventually pay off, but Michael's coming back at him. Can he do anything into turn 3, getting in the slipstream of Pren?
Yeah, Pren's got the DRS though open, and that should be enough for him to complete the job down into turn 3 and up into 12th place.
Yep, nicely done. Good clean battling from both of them there. As we're on board with a replay from Gavin on Indrek. Indrek going to the inside, Gavin with the DRS for P6. Gavin around the outside, going down to second gear, interestingly. I don't know if that was intentional, but it's very low gear to go into turn 1 for. But making the move stick and defending into turn 3.
Yeah, Indrek dropping like a stone again. This is the same problem we had last season for Force India. The setups don't seem to work in the race, and he's dropping backwards. We thought he could take the fight to his teammate Gaza. That's just not proven to be the case.
Back on board with Gavin. Adam just behind, going to have the DRS probably, I assume, into down to turn 3. Gavin going very defensive. Adam going round the outside. Braking later, sticking it round the outside. Gavin coming back slightly, but nothing he can do, and that's another great overtake from Adam. But Gavin trying to go round the outside of turn 5 again. Can he do it? No. Adam respectfully pushes him wide, or forces him wide. He had the right to do so, but there's good racing there from both of them, as Lance now pits on lap 18 for his last stop and onto the primes.
Yeah, we'll see how he gets on. Lance doing a pretty good job today, and his teammate falling in behind here.
Yeah, successfully mentioned to do 2 people in 1 lap this time.
Yeah, but Marusha managed to sort that out for this pit stop. Sorry, Marusha, yeah, that's right. He comes out in P12. He's got a car coming alongside him there into the first corner, and who's this going to be? It's Boldy going through. Steve in the McLaren there.
Yeah, as Pren comes in and throws on the primes. Now we've got a line of cars here. This is Red Pill, Boldy, and someone else in front. As there's a car coming out of the pit lane, it's a Toro Rosso. Oh, that was close, cutting it fine, and maybe that distracted Gavin a bit, because he's now run straight on at turn 1, giving the place back to Boldy, and the Toro Rosso is so solid it's now managed to get back through. It's all that hard work that Gavin did earlier in the race is now just being undone.
Yeah, on board now at car 27 of Ben, who's the Force India, and he's got Gareth behind him. But remember, Ben's not doing a 1-stop on his prime, so he won't fight Gareth that hard, I don't think. They're in a totally different race. Gareth sets off in 3rd place, and he'll pull the gap.
Yeah, Boldy down the inside almost of Michael. A little bit of contact, but can Boldy hang around the outside? Michael has the inside line. And a little bit of contact sends Boldy wide as Michael goes into the pits. So solid, I think that goes around the outside, and so does Gavin. Indrek just behind now, but just 1 corner. Boldy is attacking, then gets pushed out wide and loses 2 places and almost 3. As he runs wide a little bit into turn 1, and Indrek cuts back nicely. Oh, a bit of contact into the wall there, but Indrek is through.
Yeah, Boldy's not going to be happy about all of that.
No.
Losing 3-4 positions there just because of a slight contact with the Williams.
As we're on board with Lance now, attacking Ben, who probably won't give too much of a fight to the 2 drivers behind us. Lance is in the frustrating position of attacking and defending at the same time from Amari, who's hot on his heels.
We're getting fairly late into the race now, so I think when you're a 1-stopper you have to pick your battle, so I think maybe we'll defend a little bit harder with these guys, but there's a group behind this as well that's catching slowly, so they have to be careful. Yeah, and obviously these 2 fighting is allowing Ben to pull away a little bit, giving him a bit more time, but we have Indrek diving down the inside of Gavin. Nice move there, and up to P9 for Gavin, for Indrek. Now back on board with Ben, who has Amari in the slipstream on the DRS, and quite a simple move
Manages to hold it on the track as well, not outbreaking himself, which we've seen quite a lot this weekend. And well manoeuvred overtake.
Yeah, pretty nice standard move there down into turn 1 using the DRS, and Amori's off and away into P4.
Yep. As Carl runs very wide just behind this battle and loses a lot of time, doesn't lose in position, thankfully for him. But now we've got Lance just tucked up behind Ben into the DRS zone.
Yep, Lance in car 17, a tribute to Gilles Bianchi, who still remains in a coma. We'll wish him the best, but yep, this is going to get a bit physical now. We're on lap 24 out of 29, so Lance really has to make the move. Like I say, there's a group of cars that are starting to home in a little bit. You can see them on the mini-map, they're not that far away, and they're on a lot fresher tyres, so this is crucial for Lance. He needs to make a move at some point. He's been behind Ben now for 5 laps, so it's starting to get a bit desperate.
Yeah, Lance losing a lot of time to Amari, which he wouldn't have wanted, and it might just be the dirty air that's holding Lance up, but he dives down the inside now. Ben runs a little bit wide and Lance holds it around the outside. There's contact into the wall, both of them, and Lance now is driving off. I think this is a replay actually, on board with Ben. As you see, he runs wide as he comes back on the track. Ooh, maybe not quite giving him enough room, hence the collision. Unfortunately getting a penalty for Ben, and I think he lost his front wing or maybe a bit of damage.
Yeah, that will completely root the Force India's tyres, which were on the edge anyway, and you can see that as he's coming into the pits.
Oh.
And, well, what was that?
Wow. Not something you see very often. As Ben is now rolled it in the pits and been put back onto a track.
But yeah, listen, Jonathan, his pit lane limiter stuck on. He can't move up through the gears, he's out of the race.
Oh, no. Nightmare for what was looking for a potentially good result for Ben. As Seeks and Pren are now at it again, I think, or is it the Williams? It's the Williams, yep. Into turn 1, only 2 laps left now, so this is probably going to be last ditch territory. So hopefully it stays clean all the way to the end, as Michael's down the inside. Pren holds it round the outside into turn 4, and Michael's still there. Pren does, however, keep the position. And these two are having very good clean racing this weekend, so nice to see that even this far down the field. As we now have So Solid, who is attacking Lance as we start the last lap, and down the inside, quite a simple overtake. Lance gave him lots of room, and So Solid is now up to 6th, with Lance down to 7th. And as you can see, Gaza has taken the win, first race of the season. And we are on board with Gavin, who's attacking Indrek, who has just made a mistake. Coming into the last 2 corners is a bit too far back to have a go there. So it looks like it's going to be these 2 positions for both the drivers. Although Indrek gets a poor exit out of the last corner. Can Gavin get the DRS into him? No, not really. No, unfortunately not for Gavin. And that is the end of the race. Very exciting race, lots of action. And here is the final result. So picking up from where he left off last season, Gaza takes this commanding victory over Gunnar Gamble, 9 seconds behind. Mad Mesh returning, a 4-time champion returning this season, 21 seconds behind the leader, 11 seconds off of Gunnar Gamble. And Mars in 4th, ahead of Carl and Adam being the highest placed new guy to the season. Lance in 7th, Indrek in a lowly 8th, he would have been disappointed with that. Gavin in 9th, Seeks in 10th, Pren in 11th, Michael in 12th, and then we have Boldy and Rob in 13th and 14th, both with penalties, although I don't think that affected their result. And only non-finisher being Ben. So I think Carl definitely driver of the day there, 14th to 5th. Gaza, absolutely commanding race, 9 seconds ahead of Gunnar Gamble. showing us why he was champion pretty much. And overall, a very entertaining race. So thanks very much guys for watching this week. Join us next week where we will be in Malaysia, and that is also panning out to be a very close race judging by the testing times we've done this week. So remember to join us there guys. Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye.